Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 26 of this 30-day Living an Authentic Life Challenge. Today, we are walking through our final conversation about intention. And we have various things in our lives that we need to start paying attention to and being a little more intentional with how we show up and how we fully function. Because when you're in an environment that's giving you a little bit of chaos, where do you turn? What do you do? How do you respond when your moments that you thought would give you peace, the people that you thought would be there to protect you, aren't doing what they intended to do? Do you turn to your own abilities, thinking that you got enough skill set to get out of this situation? Or do you turn to money? Because some people think that money is the solution to every single thing that they encounter. Maybe you end up with some bad habits, habits that don't support you or those around you. Whatever it is that you choose to turn your attention to, you need to be intentional to have checks and balances in place. And that's one of the reasons why the United States has three branches of government. And at this time that we're walking through those elements, we're looking for them to do what they were created to do. When we are in situations where we put some boundaries in place that are there to protect us, we want them to work and operate in excellence. And the way our government in the United States was structured was one, to prevent tyranny. The founding fathers wanted to avoid a government where one person or one group held all the power, and that they divided the power amongst equal opportunities so that there can be checks and balances. And if you are in chaotic situations, if you don't have checks and balances in place, then you could end up in a space where one part of your world is overpowering another element of your environment. And the way that the checks and balances are supposed to work in the United States is that if the president can veto a law, then Congress can override that veto, but the Supreme Court to declare if it's unconstitutional. That separation of powers usually reduces the abuse of powers, which gives you opportunities where you do not have chaotic moments that are constantly causing you some churn and some issues. But if you don't have those measures in place, then you need to be intentional about what you do when you lose the elements that are supposed to keep you protected so that there's order and peace. And if you are in an environment where it seems like you have a little bit of tyranny going on, here's something that I found that supported me on the journey. It wasn't until I decided to be intentional with seeking God. I'm reminded of a story. A lot of people know the David and Goliath story out the Bible, but not a lot of people know that David had a tyrannical moment that was taking place in his governmental structure as well. You see, King Saul was going after him. King Saul decided that David was getting way too much attention, so he didn't want David to be president anymore. So he tried numerous occasions to try to kill this man. So David ran away. And in his running away, he found himself surrounded by other people that got stuck in chaotic moments as well. There are times in our lives where we find ourselves around a new tribe of people that understand our pain, a new tribe of people that understand our chaos, a new tribe of people that can feel what we feel. And if you are in a moment where you have been surrounded by chaos, you need an intentional element that will support you on the journey. And that may mean being intentional about finding a new tribe of people that will support you on your journey. Well, anyway, David found himself with his new band of individuals that were surrounding him in this place called Ziglag. Ziglag is a place that sort of means pressing. I love the fact that the Bible gives us names of meaning because sometimes when you read it, people think of it just as a religious book. But I found in the aftermath of the chaos of my moments, when I was intentional about seeking how to get support so that I can get out of my chaos, that there's more to it. It's a strategy guide, it's a love letter. It's a moment where you can pause to get some insight so that you can get some things that you need that can move you through your journey. So Ziglag was a place of pressing, and it was in Ziglag that the enemies came after David because King Saul was not the only one that was after him. You see, there were others that was after him, and they came to the city where David had set up camp and had his family there. And they stole his family, they stole his children, they stole all of his items, his possessions, while he was out supporting various things to make certain he could be okay. And when the men that were with him found, when they got back to Ziklag, that their families were gone, their children were missing, they decided to turn on David. Because sometimes when you're in a chaotic moment and you find no way out of that pressing, those that you were initially surrounding by to be a support system with you, they may decide, if I can't figure out who I can turn to, I'll turn on you. And you may be in a moment where those that you thought would be there for you. And as we walk into a holiday season where a lot of people are going into environments trying to rekindle relationships, or this may be your first season where you're not around the family, friends, and loved ones that you once had, where you are not around the individuals in your world that could support you on the journey like they once did. And you may feel like somebody's turned on you. Do what David did. Be intentional about seeking support outside of yourself. Because in difficult moments, those difficult moments will either stimulate your faith to grow you and expand you, or it will decimate your character and turn you into an individual that will fail at every single thing that you do. Because when I found myself at that moment, it was there that I chose to find God. And I was intentional, and I got a strategy. Strategies and actionable steps that supported me on the journey that got me out of my moment. And I got what David got. You see, when David chose to seek God to get an idea, should I go after them? Will I be victorious in my moment while things around me are still swirling? David got confirmation from God for his intentional moments that he would be successful. And if you choose to let Jesus join you on the journey, you'll get the opportunity to get confirmation as well, so that you'll know where you're seeking, what you're going, if you can get your breakthrough while you're walking through the storm. And remember, walk through the storm, because this moment won't last always. And I want to encourage you, if you are not a part of the Reset Strategies community, for those of you that are joining us in various spaces and places, this is just the first piece of our 30-day Living an Authentic Life Challenge. And I encourage you to join us in the Reset Strategies community. You can click the link below for those of you that have the link, and for those of you that are on different spaces, go to tanyaehood.com. There you can click and join us for the last remaining days of this challenge, and I look forward to seeing you. In the meantime, this is Tanya Ehud, walking in my purpose,